It was just before 9 o'clock when the IRA's bomb ripped apart the soldiers' van. They'd come to Lisburn for the town's charity fun run, and while they took part, they left their vehicle parked and unattended. Once the run was over, they set off for their base in Londonderry, but they'd only driven a short distance when the bomb exploded.
Glass shattered, people running. I froze in the car for a while. I was just wondering what had happened. I jumped out of the car and I seen two bodies. One was on fire.
The IRA had clearly been watching and waiting for the soldiers. Even travelling out of uniform and in an unmarked van, they were identified by their murderers. Inevitably, questions are now being asked about the wisdom of their decision to run. It's only a month since the army banned soldiers from taking part in the Belfast Marathon. After the murder of the two army corporals, it was felt to be too great a risk. If they thought their men were safe in this predominantly Protestant town, they were proved tragically wrong. But even as the Republican movement's newspaper was proclaiming the IRA's murderous attack, 4 soldiers who'd also taken part in the run and escaped returned to Lisburn to spend a few moments at the spot where their friends had died. The bombing has been condemned by both unionist and nationalist politicians. The depth of feeling in this garrison town was evident as local people began arriving with flowers and messages of sympathy.
King had an hour-long meeting with the Army GOC at headquarters in Lisburn, less than a mile from the scene of last night's attack. Mr. King called it an appalling outrage which showed the evil vileness of the terrorists. But what about the key issue of how the IRA targeted the soldiers' unmarked van and planted the bomb undetected?
While every precaution that can be taken is taken, and was in this case, and the route was secured, but it does obviously emphasise again the vital importance of everybody taking personal responsibility.
The Ministry of Defence won't discuss soldiers' personal safety, but it's known they're trained how to protect themselves off duty. They carry handguns, they don't travel in uniform, and use unmarked cars. The vehicles and licence plates are changed regularly, and soldiers are told to use different routes. They're also told to check for car bombs, but it's understood many soldiers feel this just draws attention to them. And they have instructions to avoid certain areas like West Belfast, where the dangers are obvious. As Tom King reviewed with his security chiefs the implications of the murders today, did he still believe that the IRA could be defeated?
Yes, I do.
As the wreckage of the soldiers' van in Lisburn was cleared away this evening, it seems there won't be a drastic security response to the killings, but important questions are bound to be asked about how the IRA were